Most dementia residents recognise their primary carer, but they don't remember them. But sometimes they do remember their name, which is a cause for great celebration, a monumental feat. But generally, most dementia residents call female staff members, whether they're the nurse, the carer or whoever, they'll just say nurse or nursey, and that covers all bases quite conveniently. There was one dementia resident who put it very well. He was a lovely man, Alzheimer's he had in his 80s, and he used to say, in terms of what the dementia residents think or feel about carers, he said, it's just like having your mother around, doing all the cares and dressing and showering. And I thought that was just a really nice way of putting it. And most dementia residents do have a good relationship with their primary carer. The minority don't, those that have disturbing behaviour, but most have a good relationship. But the problem does arise when fill-in carers come in, when the main carer is off on holiday, weekends, sick, leave, whatever. The fill-in carer, not so familiar with the resident or the routine, though they will have read the clinical notes, it's not the same as the personal touch, which makes all the difference. And often dementia residents feel that they're being rushed with these fill-in carers. They can escalate, they get stressed, and they can complain. There was one resident in this position. She was very good with her primary carer, but when the fill-in carers came, she got really escalated and agitated. She was a bright lady, and she said to me this one day, I don't want a lot of cares. A little bit is okay. I'm just reading my notes here. I don't want a lot of cares. A little bit is okay. Cares can be quite frustrating if they don't want to do what you want to do. Now that's insightful. If they don't want to do what you want to do, quite the opposite, of course, because it's the resident speaking, not the nurse. Now, she didn't like having 3 meals a day. She was a small lady, no doubt, in her latter years, hadn't had 3 meals a day, as many haven't, if they're small, slim and underweight even. She found it burdensome to have to go to 3 meals. And of course, in a dementia unit, it is 3 meals a day, and you're expected to go to each and every one of them. And you'll be taken along the corridor if you don't oblige of your own volition, which was the case with her. And so she used to get really frustrated that she had to go to meals. And the other thing that frustrated her was that she liked to walk independently and follow the carer or the nurse. But because she was a slow walker, or she got distracted at times, they'd hold her hand and sort of pull her along the corridor, which she didn't like. So that got her stressed out as well. So she felt she was being rushed because she was being taken along the corridor. It was being enforced that she needed to go to meals. And all round, she found it really stressful, and that she wasn't being listened to, she wasn't being heard, and she didn't have a say in her own affairs. And this is the problem, of course, at dementia units. You know, it is a routine, it is regulated, and you're expected to comply. And if you can, and if you actually even like the routine, that's good, but not everyone does. So for those that don't and feel rushed or pressured, it does create stress. So yeah, there's a lot to this, of course, in terms of how to mitigate all of this. And I've mentioned a lot in the previous videos, and also in these 2 books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both on Amazon, companion books, easy read, good read, and good gifts, and everything's in the description below. So thank you for your viewing and your looks and your likes and supporting this channel. And please pass on the links. Thank you.